Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you so much for joining me here. Hope you're having a great day. Let's take another look here at Bitcoin, see what's going on. Interesting day here so far. More talk about tariffs and taxation, all that crap, and the price goes down. Pretty standard, normal stuff here. We're seeing this retest as well, that $84,000 mark, holding as a strong resistance. So that CME gap still is yet to be filled. So keep in mind that is still very much a reality for the price to return there. But between now and then, we want to presume the price is going to continue lower based on A, liquidation, and B, this momentous downtrend that essentially is continuing. Let's double check a few things on the back end first, kind of see what's going on. Hit the like button, comment below if you get a chance. Deeply appreciate that. And quick congrats to our community members here for some nice profits on our Bitcoin long, AVAX long, and near protocol long. Hit all of our targets there. Price literally turned around just after we secured the majority of our profits. So awesome stuff. Congrats there. Let's take a quick look at the liquidation the last 7 days. We can see that majority of this chunk of 80,000 is getting swept, halfway swept. We do have potential of 79.5 and or 79,000. So keep that in mind. We're not too far off. There's a big chunk at 79,000 even. So we could see a bounce or a pivot off that level if we continue that much lower. Just know that's roughly a support range for us. We take a look here at the macro though, of course. Obviously, we know there's tons of liquidation at 76,000 or lower, so we closed somewhere under 80K today. Not a very good look on Bitcoin. All right, so simple as that. That's pretty much the standard here. We can see liquidation delta was roughly break even before this recent downtrend here, and it's now trending closer to about 4 billion in liquidation delta to the downside, basically implying that shorts are in play, and it's not really safe to consider just buying the dip, right? Now 80,000 is kind of that strong, I wouldn't say a strong support level, but in general, round numbers, 70, 80, 90,000, etc. Those are all going to be working usually pretty good as support or resistances, depending on what side you're on. So if we're above 80,000 right now, we can presume that'll help hold, but we can't be too naive and just thinking that we're going to buy that $80,000 dip and be fine. We can take a look here. We can see open interest is pretty heavy at 80,000 and also 79,000. Coincidentally, those are two heavy areas of liquidation too. So we have a lot of confirming factors of support, but we also got a lot of reasons why the price will probably go lower too. It's not a good thing here. We take a look quickly just at the continuation here. We are about 8 hours into this downtrend, and it is common for prices to kind of start bottoming out closer to 9 consecutive candles that are lower than the previous. So it's a decent chance we will see the price action start to bottom out at 80,000. Do I recommend buying this dip? Definitely not. But on the same accord, it's not the worst idea ever, but it's certainly not a great idea. I hope that makes sense. All right, so take a look at the daily time frame. We're still under the 200-day SMA. Look at that 200 just holding strong as a quote-unquote resistance, roughly at about 83,600. We could round up and just say 84,000. 84K, there's a lot of confluence there. That's what I mentioned previously in my trade alert. If you're not familiar and you're part of my community, make sure you read through my trade alerts. I kind of give you a heads up on Bitcoin basically flipping short at 84,000 to consider a short at that range. Now, obviously, the price didn't go up as high as I wanted. I wanted an entry closer to 86,000 after that CME gap was filled. But the truth is, the 84K, tons of reasons why that area is holding as a resistance. Keep in mind, moving averages are not resistances, but there's other key levels that are reinforcing themselves at that level. So kind of just letting us know that 84K is that area. Now, if we take a look, of course, we can see stochastic swinging up. This is standard stuff, but money flow index, RSI, everything's kind of down here. So even though the daily time frame had a pretty good couple of 48 hours up until today, it's still not a phenomenal situation. 4-hour time frame kind of reflects that we're under the 20-day SMA once more, effectively breaking bearish. We spent about 2 or 3 candles above 50 on the RSI. So again, big surprise, false positive. Always the case here in trading where we see these awesome indicators. Everything's looking all sunshine and rainbows. Take a long, price action turns around before you hit your target and goes straight down. Thankfully, we played our targets correctly yesterday, but honestly, like this month, I've had to close out 2 trades early, which is less common. And if we add that, I think I only have 5 successful trades this month, and two are closed at a loss. So it's not great. The statistics are not phenomenal or in your favor. You really got to play things tight in order to be profitable. Gone are the days that where you take everything to the so-called moon or the stratosphere. Is just not really a realistic thing anymore. MACD is diverging here, kind of letting us know that momentum has shifted. On the charts here, I talked about this with my community earlier. We need a closure about 81,000 or higher to have any legs to stand on. Today's candlestick hasn't closed yet, but at this point, it's not looking good. It does look like the bottom wants to drop out. There's no buying pressure. I wouldn't be surprised if we see this 79K level here hit just to kind of sweep those lower levels. I'd be interested in a long between 78 and 79,000 if that were to come to pass. Okay, just based on liquidation alone. Now, it's no guarantee it's just going to bounce or pivot off that level, but typically once these areas of liquidation are swept, the price action has more difficulty coming down because nobody's really willing to sell anymore, right? So in turn, you have to be able to buy in order to sell something. Every seller must have a buyer. So we're probably going to see that shift in momentum. I would say 79 to 79.5 with this golden pocket potential pivot point there. Decent chance we see some support here soon. Hourly time frame, once more, we are overextended. We're at an 8 right now, effectively letting us know that we're getting close-ish to the bottom. Ichimoku cloud is going to confirm, though, that we're back underneath the cloud, and there's every reason to not consider a long. Okay, this is a short-term or short time frame indicator of trend reversal or trend shift, and right now being significantly below the cloud is not a good call. So keep in mind, this doesn't matter too much if we close at about the 81K or higher mark, based on the simple fact that we'd still be within that cloud, above that support. For right now, we're below it, but we haven't truly closed below on the daily. So 81K or higher on the daily time frame, and I think we're in decent shape, preferably 81.5 or higher, just so we can establish this this lower that we don't have a break of structure. Is really what we're looking for. We don't want to break this current structure because that would mean we'd see a trend reversal at that point. Right now we're just testing the bottom. So it's kind of where we're at. All right, awesome stuff, fun, right? Don't you just love this market? Isn't it great? Comment below if you really truly are just enjoying this amazing price action. Once more, folks, it's mostly volatility because of these fundamental catalysts based on tariffs. I mean, just like every single day, there's a new tweet, there's a new update on something absolutely egregious and ridiculous. We're going to see the market respond poorly to that. Cryptocurrency is definitely it's a tertiary market, if you will, because the people are market makers are gonna dump their Bitcoin before they dump anything else. That's just kind of the way it goes. So that's kind of where we're at. Hopefully you found benefit here. Make sure you join us over on Twitter, Telegram, and Discord. It's all available for you there. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. We'll look forward to working with you. Hope you have a good rest of your day. Thanks again so much for your time.